What is good, everyone? It is your boy DSG Panther. Today we actually have a really interesting video. So today we're going to be going over 5 things that I dislike and love about my Polo GTI, as you can see. So yeah, let's get into this video. Without further ado, less talking, let's just get into the video. It's going to be an interesting one, and I've had a lot of questions about this, so yeah, let's get into it.
Yo, she said it's hard for her to trust. I said it's hard for me to love. I even gave her all I had, but I guess it wasn't enough.
So guys, as we step in, the first thing I'm going to say, the first thing that I love about this car is the steering wheel. The steering wheel is actually sick. Like, it's got a flat bottom down here. As you can see, it's got the GTI badge there. This is actually a red badge overlay from the freshest. Yeah, looks really sick. I also want to get a black badge for this and then some black bits around here. But yeah, the steering wheel is actually sick in this car. Like, a good steering wheel always sets off a nice car. Obviously we've got the extendable paddles on here, but yeah, honestly, the steering wheel in this car is actually sick. It's the same as the Golf GTI one. That's probably why I like it so much. But yeah, this steering wheel is actually sick. Okay, so we're going to come around to the back of the car now, and as you can see, we're going to look at the exhaust. And my second favourite thing about this car is the DSG farts. I'll insert some clips now so you can hear what they sound like. And especially once you get an exhaust on it, these DSG farts are just something you will hear from a mile away. But yeah, for now, these DSG farts for stock are actually alright. But yeah, 100% recommend getting a Res Delete, which we are getting this week. And I know a lot of people have been asking me questions. That will be coming, I promise. So the next thing I'm going to say is actually the sense of speed in this car. The sense of the speed in this car is actually insane. It's really quick. Like, for stage 1, it's insane. Like, this thing's quick for a Polo. Like, I know a lot of people like to go up and pick up an ST, but in my opinion, I think the Polo GTI is one of the most underrated hatchbacks, small hatchbacks that you can get for literally for the money. I think this is the best. Top speed out of this is probably about 160. You can see in there it says 160, but I've had 147 on the motorway. Not joking. Got 147 in Mexico on the runway. But yeah, honestly, the sense of speed in this car is so sick. Very quick for stock power, even for stage 1 and stock power. It's actually brutal. Okay, so next thing we're going to get into, I'm going to unlock the car and we're actually going to get into the size of this car. So this is a hatchback. Obviously it's a mini hatchback, but the size in here, bear in mind, this is me where I've literally moved this back as far as it can go. So this isn't my normal sitting position, but look how much room there still is, even though this seat is tilted all the way back and still moved back. Like, the size in here is actually so sick. The other chair is even further back. So as you can see, this chair is as far back as it goes in the back, and as you can see, you can probably almost squeeze someone in there. So the size of this car is really sick. And obviously I bought a hatchback, the 5-door one, because I wanted a bit more room in it. I didn't want to feel snuggled up like the 3-door, because I had the Corsa and that was a 3-door and it was horrible in there. But yeah, man, honestly, the size of this car is really good. If you don't have kids but you still need a little bit of room, this car is actually perfect. The final thing I'm now going to say about the Polo is how comfortable this car is. This car is so comfortable. Even when it's in sport mode, you do get a lot of bumps, but the sport mode is only on certain Polo GTIs. Not everyone has the sports pack, but honestly, it's so comfortable for what it is. Obviously, I'm going to be getting it lowered, so it might, the eye-back springs don't ruin it too much, which is why I've gone with eye-back. You guys will see that video very soon as well. But yeah, this car is really comfortable and I highly recommend it for long motorway journeys. It is such the perfect car for that type of stuff. Okay, we are now back inside the car, and the 5 things that I dislike about this car or hate is, the first one is going to be the gearbox. The gearbox in this car is trash. Now, not at the moment. At the moment, it's perfect. It's the best gearbox I've ever used. Obviously, my first automatic, and it's perfect for me. But if you guys want to tune it or anything like that, you're screwed. You're gonna have to spend over $1,000 or a bag just to even get stage 1 or stage 2 on here. The clutches on these gearboxes are so chocolate. They are so delicate. I've had a lot of people saying they're stage 3 with 400 newton meters of torque and all this crap, saying that the gearboxes haven't gone. Personally, mine is fine. I haven't had any problems yet. Touch wood. If you can't touch wood, touch your head. But yeah, honestly, I haven't had no problems yet, but it's just sitting there in my mind when I'm driving it, and I do worry about the gearbox going, because that will be $4 to $5 grand to fix, even the clutch possibly. Okay, so the next one is going to be noise. Now I know I just said that I like the DSG farts. That's not the problem. The problem is the normal noise. So we're going to start it up. Now this is a cold start, bear in mind, but yeah. So we'll get out, you can listen to the back of it. So bear in mind, this is on cold start, so this is when it is the loudest, and it is still not that loud, in my opinion. The res delete does make it a lot louder, personally, how it should have sounded out of stock. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to be getting the res delete, because this sounds crap. It just needs a little bit of oomph to it. Look, no, look, that's it normal now. What is that? You can't even hear it now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's so bad. Like, I even give it a little rev quick, and you guys still won't be able to hear it. So let's listen to it. So yeah, it's really bad, man. I feel like they should have improved the exhaust, or gave you an optional exhaust for this car from the factory. Like, I feel like maybe a Remus exhaust should have came from factory, like an optional extra like you get on the Golf GTIs. You can put the Proviac exhaust on it as an optional extra. I feel like the Remus should have came with it, because it's got the valve selector in it. But yeah, that is one of the worst thing that I hate about this car is just the noise from stock. It sounds crap. The farts are sick. The normal noise between gears when you're not doing DSG farts is so quiet, no one can even hear you. But yeah, let's get on to the next one. Okay, so we're going to jump back in, and now we are actually going to talk about the speaker system in this car. Now the actual speakers are sick, but the entertainment system is dead. So if I go onto media, and like, it's just so buggy. It's really responsive actually, to be fair, but like, to get Apple CarPlay, I'm gonna have to get App to Connect, and that is gonna be stupid money just to even get that from VW. But it is actually all right. Once I get Apple CarPlay, I feel like the entertainment system will be so much better, and of course I will be doing a video on that, updating you guys on if that is worth the money to spend, because obviously I will do a lot of videos on this. But yeah, that is the second thing that I hate about this car, is probably the entertainment system. I plug my phone in, and then it disconnects me for no reason. It's really weird. So that is probably one of the worst things I hate about this car as well. Okay, so now we're going to look onto the side of the car. Can you guess what I'm going to say? I'm going to show you the front, and I'm going to show you the back of the car. Can you guess what I'm going to say? Look at the ride height. It's so dead. Like, you can literally put your whole foot. You can probably put your whole foot in that. You're like, look, I can put my whole foot in there. So yeah, the ride height is dead on this car. The front, it doesn't sit too bad. It's still high, but the back, like, bro, what were they thinking? So yeah, the ride height is dead on this car, which is why I'm getting eye-back springs, just to lower it a little bit, not too much, just to lower it a little bit, just to make it look a little better and stance out a little bit, and probably get some spaces eventually. But yeah, man, the ride height is dead. Okay guys, so the last one is actually going to be the seating position. Now the seating position in this car is really bad. You sit below and you're still sitting really high. Like, for me, I'm 5'10", so I'm not even that. I'm just an average height. And look, I'm still sitting like this. Is for my eyes. I'm still sitting really high, and this is as low as it can go and as far back as it can go. So I feel like they need to adjust the seat brackets, or get something that can make it lower, because it sits so badly in this car. Guys, that has been the 5 things I love and hate about my Polo GTI. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure we can get to 2K by the end of this year. And yeah guys, if you guys want to keep seeing more content with the Polo, just let me know in the comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.